Hey guys, Super Josh XD001 here, yeah. Before we start, I do want to quickly just apologize for my absence. Yeah, it wasn't that like I was procrastinating or anything like that. No, it was a mix of things. So after I did my Switch to reaction video, all right, and seeing all the news around the whole Switch 2 going up, okay, like News Atlas covering all these things, like, right, and I was just getting ready for that pre-order date. That's when they announced the tariff situation and caused delay to the pre-orders, and I heard that that it could be speculated that this console could raise up in price by like $200 or something, and that depressed the crap out of me. Like, I just wanted to buy this console, and then I was worried about having to pay more than I should, not just for the console, but maybe perhaps the games as well, and that just put me in a depressing state. Like, I just couldn't be bothered after that. But thankfully, nothing was affected much. The console's still the same price, games are still the same price. I was happy for that, yeah. But, of course, that was something I could easily get over. But what I could not get over, and the thing that put me absent for literally a whole month, I got sick. Yep, immediately right after the whole tariff announcement and the pre-order date delayed, and I decided like I was gonna replay some old games to help make me feel better, and during which I got a sore throat. It started off with a sore throat. I was scratchy and itchy. It was terrible. Then it followed up with congestion, and then I think my body was starting to chill a bit too. Like, I felt like I was sensitive to the temperature, and then I was coughing a lot, and that lasted for a few weeks. But thankfully, I was able to attend Easter with my family. I wasn't 100%, but I was feeling better enough to join them. I like to think that this was like a spring fever in a way. I could be wrong, but sure as heck felt that way, yeah. But that's why I was kind of absent. I didn't want to do a video till I was feeling 100% feeling better, yeah. But I was working on some stuff. Maybe not for this channel, but for my group's gameplay channel. If you haven't known, I help run a gameplay channel with my friends called Go Mayhem Bros. I recommend you check it out. We just got done recording the entirety of Super Mario 3D World, and the rest of those videos are going to be uploading throughout the coming weeks, and then the last one airing on June 2nd, which will then start the next LP of a couple days later. But yeah, if you want to see what we're doing and how I act like a goofball or whatever, you can do that on Go Mayhem Bros. So I highly recommend you check that out if you want to see more of me there. Yeah, but enough of that. You came here for a reason, and that being me as a gamer in today's age. Like, I was inspired by this one YouTuber called Rule of Two Review. He made a video that kind of resonated with me, and the video itself was very well made. I highly recommend you check it out. He really does give some nice insight of how he thinks about the gaming industry, and that's what I'm kind of doing with this video, but only kinda. Like, I'm only just giving my thoughts on my experience, really. There is not going to be any hate or anything. It's just me giving my personal opinion on enjoying video gaming and where I stand here. So to get things started, I want to focus on the three platforms that I currently own for modern gaming. Yeah, my PC, my Xbox Series X, and my Nintendo Switch. Now, my PC is a very powerful rig. It can run Elden Ring at max settings, which is pretty cool for a PC of mine. Yeah, it was surreal just playing that game at max settings and enjoying it too. I was able to play games like Elden Ring, but much more too. AAA, indies, and even fan games. Like, I think that's pretty amazing for a PC to enjoy, like, those different types of games. Like, it's as amazing as it is, like, being able to have, like, that giant library of games on that platform. I also kind of feel like it gets a little overwhelming. Like you have a lot, and you obviously can't experience everything. There's a lot to look through on the whole Steam library and the Epic Game Store, and whatever fan-made projects you make, but like, I just don't have the time to look at all the ones that I want to play. And of course, the other thing too is with PC gaming is the fact that I'm playing on a PC, and to me, it's about the fact that I kind of view PC as a workstation rather than a gaming console or whatever. Yeah, like I work on my PC to, like, say, make videos, or at some point I want to make 3D models. Okay, sometimes I use my PC to just only view my social medias and or watch YouTube videos. Yeah, so like sometimes I kind of forget that my PC can be a gaming console. It's a little weird feeling, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if anyone else feels the same way as I do, but it's kind of hard for me to play on a PC. Even though I'm in a very comfortable chair, I can hook up a controller to my PC and try to play some games on there, or if not, mouse and keyboard. But I just kind of feel like if I'm just gonna sit down and play a game, I'd rather go to consoles. And I think part of that is because, like, sometimes when trying to play on a PC, you have to do like configurations of settings and make sure the software works properly. It's like sometimes it doesn't always work, or sometimes you have to try to sync up a controller or try to get a controller to work properly on the PC. It's a lot to deal with there. But I am happy that I do have a powerful PC to play like almost any game I want. And I'm happy that I am able to play almost any game I want to play on my PC. But it's just not something that I'm looking far into to enjoy more of. Yeah. Now, moving on to Xbox. Right there. I bought my Xbox Series X. I didn't realize how massive of a library I had just unlocked just buying that. Yeah, because this sucker right here, like, can play not only modern games, but can be backwards compatible to play old classic Xbox games. Yeah, you got Xbox, you got 360, you got Xbox One, and then Series X and S. That's amazing, man. There's a lot of games. And of course, a lot of the AAA games that are also not only on PC, is also on Xbox too. So, like Grand Theft Auto, Halo, Sea of Thieves, Dark Souls, Sonic games. You know, like all of these like other different brands that might be on Nintendo, but are better suited for something like Xbox. Like, I was able to finally experience for the very first time, and after spending some time with them, I kind of feel disappointed Yeah, and this kind of extends to PC a little bit too, but with the today's market being centered around like certain games and people hyping them up, and I'm trying them for the first time. I just can't help but feel like they're and trying them out for the first time. I just kind of just don't really see the grand appeal. But that's just from my end. I'm not saying they're bad or anything. I just don't understand. I guess I'm like either missing a point with some of these games or just not really clicking with them. All right. But I think like a lot of it has to do with the fact that a lot of the games are kind of a bit of a one-side genre, or like at least the genres that the AAA industry kind of looks at. Yeah, there's always going to be some shooters, first person or third. There's always going to be some fantasy games, like either turn-based or like really RPG action. Kind of feels like a little overcomplicated than it should. Or like some type of realistic racing sort of game, or like too much heavy emphasis on some type of gameplay style that just doesn't really sit well with me. And that's what kind of made me a little disappointed. Yeah. Since I was always a Nintendo guy, like I always viewed them as the de facto developer to play games, but they got people begging me to play these other games, and that's why I got that Xbox and PC, because I really wanted to see what I was missing out on. And do I regret it? Kind of, but not quite at the same time, because I am happy that I'm able to experience some games that I've thought I would never get to experience before. But yet I can't seem to find myself to play those ones. Like for just some reason, like I just don't really have like the deep interest. Yeah, and I think mostly because like I'm a Nintendo guy for one, and I think that says a lot there. But like I have the interest. I got the library right here. I don't really seek out to play most of them. Yeah, in fact, like whenever I boot up my Xbox, it's to play Fortnite. Yeah, so I made my Xbox my dedicated Fortnite machine. But with Switch 2 on the horizon, yeah, I might just swap to that platform just to play Fortnite rather than playing it on my Xbox. And I think it's like also the fact like if going back to like genre focus and all that, like if I wanted to like say wanted to play like a platformer, yeah. And so Xbox has some platformers of different kinds. But say I like want to have a fresh new 3D platformer to play. Like, yeah, not an old one like Banjo-Kazooie. Just a brand spanking new 3D platformer. What's my option? Super Lucky's Tale. Okay. And anything else? Well, I'm pretty sure there's some other ones though, but they don't all jive with me as much as Nintendo's, which kind of makes it kind of feel like Xbox doesn't really quite have the home that of games that I want to play. But again, like not to say they don't have fun and unique games. It's just I just don't feel like they have like the type of library that would keep me interested. To simply put, like again, I did try some AAA games. Like for instance, I tried getting into Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto, and then I also played Grand Theft Auto 4. And after playing Grand Theft Auto 4 for the first time, I kind of realized that I'm not having fun. I don't get the appeal. I just don't understand it. But while I don't regret buying my Xbox, I do kind of regret that I went for the trouble and buying all those Xbox games and not dedicating my time to them just because I just am jumping into new water that I never swam in before and too scared to give them a good, fair, proper shot. It's like I'm making a backlog and only making it larger without doing anything to diminish it. Like, yeah, that's more on me, but I just wish I had more of a reason to play Xbox, I guess. I do have some general interest in playing some of these games. Like, I have Ace Combat, which is like Star Fox. I have the Dark Souls trilogy. I have the first one on Switch, and now I have 2 and 3 on Xbox. I got Doom. I got Halo. I got Rare Replay, and I got so many others. But it's just I'm just not in the mood to play them, and it saddens me that I haven't really dived much into that. Maybe probably because of recent releases on the Nintendo Switch, which is my most used platform to play games on. And speaking of Switch, like as I already stated, like I'm a Nintendo fan, but only because I grew up with Nintendo. Started with 64, and now here I am with Switch. So I do have some bias there, but I also like to think that it's also because not only do they have the games that I like playing, but they have variety. I like the different varieties. You got different types of RPGs. You got different types of platformers. You got different types of party games, adventure games, fighting games, so on and so forth. Like, it is like my ideal machine. And on top of that, like, the weird wacky nature of Nintendo. Like, I love that. It's what I enjoy playing. Because I enjoy playing on Nintendo a lot, I feel like when it comes to my future with games and hardware, I think I'll just stick to just Nintendo and PC. Nintendo because, again, biasness, and I love the company's games and all that. And then there's PC, which I do have some games for and sometimes play, but like I have more of a reason to play games on my PC than say on my Xbox. Like, it's just that finding that nice little balance of like being able to experience AAA gaming whenever I want, but also sticking to what I know best. And yeah, like I've learned that I don't have to chase the trends of what the AAA gaming scene wants me to try out. I should just stick to what I enjoy, and I feel like I get those benefits again on both Nintendo and through PC gaming. Like, that is like the best way for me moving forward to enjoy those two different ecosystems and their own set of games. And I think like the other thing too is that going to keep me tied to both of these things here is pricing. Okay, because gaming is now starting to become expensive. We're starting to see some expensive hardware from the big three. We are starting to see games going up to $80 now. And I'm afraid of it going even higher over time. So at that point, like, why invest in multiple different platforms if it's going to be really cost effective? It doesn't matter if I have the money for it or not. I don't want to just throw away money and feel like I didn't get much out of it. I want my purchases to mean something. So that's probably why I'm sticking to Nintendo and PC gaming, because they're more affordable. Yeah, and I know I spent a lot on my PC rig, but from what my friends told me, all I have to do is spend like a few $100 to upgrade like one component in the PC, and I'm already to go with whatever next generation of gaming there is. So yeah, those are going to probably be my go-to options moving forward with Nintendo and PC. And yeah, like that's pretty much all I wanted to get off my chest. Yeah, I wish I worded it better because this is non-scripted, even though like, I have some notes right here. But I just wanted to just make this video quick and make it short as best I can. Just getting all my points across. And just getting it out there so I can then move on. And speaking of moving on, my next video, what's it going to be? I know at the end of my 2024 review, I teased that I was going to be looking at a Nintendo 64 game, but I'm going to have to hold on for that until, say, June when I'll start production, because Switch 2 is on the horizon, and because it's coming out real soon, I want to get a particular video made before that, and then once the Switch 2 releases, then I'm going to have a series of videos to upload to the channel. So there's going to be a lot of focus on Switch 2 moving forward for a little while, and hopefully I don't get sick, and hopefully nothing terrible happens that causes me to like have to delay stuff, but should all be fine. And yeah, and if you're at this point in the video, I say thank you for watching. I hope you're having a nice time today. Yeah, again, non-scripted. But yeah, tell me what you think. Do you like understand where I'm coming from? Hopefully I did not confuse any of you, and if I did, I'll do better. But yeah, until then, the next video, I will see you guys then. So have a good night or morning. See you next time.